Hello, everyone. I am SS the Showstopper, and today is the 22nd of September 2023. Now, I want to talk about something that is really touching and something that is really bothering, and it goes for a lot of females out there who are attractive, females who are alluring, females who are also intelligent, female who also know how to conduct themselves. It's a compilation, okay? So an attractive female who is intelligent, who carries herself in a unique way, and a female who basically is much different from the average female that you will see. Okay, so there's a quick snippet that I want you guys to see, and it will pivot to show you what I want my topic to be on. So watch this clip real quickly. It's a small snippet, okay? Watch it. Right. And conversation. So much so that I have a whole playlist called Failed Jobs Friday, where I dissect on YouTube all the times. Well, I really just tell the stories about all the times that I have been targeted at jobs, let go of jobs, and just been made miserable at jobs simply because I was a pretty attractive black girl in the workplace. So I'm just gonna take you guys have basically seen what my topic is basically on, and it's on females who are very attractive who get a hard time in workplace and stuff like that. I've had two scenarios where it was really challenging for me. It was extremely difficult for me when I was working. Um, it's not a 9 to 5, most of them, but it was really, where when I was working among other people in an environment, it was extremely challenging and it was very difficult for me. I was subjected to a lot of bullying, bickering. I was subjected to a lot of things that was making the working environment extremely uncomfortable for me at the time. And one of the thing was that, a lot of females didn't like me. How I know? Because when they get to know me and when I talk, I've spoken about this before. When they get to know me and I sat with them and we had discussion, they all came out and say that they didn't like me when they first met me because they thought that I was this and I was that, or I was obnoxious, or I was better than them, or I was, more than them, or something like that. They just didn't like that about me when they saw me and stuff like that, until when they get to know me and realize that I'm a really nice person. They all drawn to me and they all like me. Like I always say, there isn't any middle ground. They all got to like me when they saw that there was a certain amount of humbleness to me. When I was working in two places, the call center is number one, and the insurance. I used to work with the insurance and I used to work with the call center. And it was extremely challenging. With the insurance, I was working among older women. These insurance company tend to want to hire older women. I don't know why, but they tend to hire a lot of women who they consider more mature and stuff like that to deal with, I guess, finance. I don't know, or whatever the case may be, but that's their choice of demographic that they wish to employ in Jamaica. I can't speak for another country. And so when I came there and I was working, I was doing my thing. And there was this particular older woman who really didn't like me. She made everything an issue. First and foremost, I didn't work for her. I wasn't subordinate to her. Means that she wasn't a superior to me. She just had a longevity in the business or in the company than I. But she made it extremely difficult for me. She chose to be a part of bickering, and she was always making these one drop comments. I don't know what they call it, these throwing darts at me. She was always making these comments and stuff like that that was rather rude and insulting, and I didn't like it. And one day I had to let her know that, listen, at the end of the day, it's not big woman to little girl. I might be younger than you, but guess what? And come to think of it, we're only 3 years apart. And I said to her that I might be younger than you, or you have a longevity in this company, but at the end of the day, it's adult to adult. You are actually 3 years older than me, but we look 20 years apart. You understand? Probably that's your insecurity and stuff like that. And she was like, me insecure, this, that. No, I said, but what's with the constant attack? you are trying to make a working environment extremely uncomfortable for me, and I don't like that because you didn't employ me. I do not work below you or beneath you. I don't report to you either. And so it just went on and on. There was an issue with a customer, and I was involved with it. With a customer believed that I didn't offer her a seat when there were seats available. She said I didn't, and I apologized to her, and I said, "Okay, I'm so sorry. You can have a seat, whichever seat that you would like." And she's like, "No, no, no, it's okay, it's okay." I mean, that customer came in like I believe she sent the customer, to create a scene, because I don't understand why I apologize for something that isn't even an issue when there are seats available there. And she just chose to go off on me. And then she went and she made a report to the manager that I was rude to the customer. And I say, there are cameras in here and they're also recording cameras. You can pull them up and see wherein I was rude to the customer, if such is the case, and stuff like that. And it just created a upheave and a problem for me. She was just very problematic. It was just a very problematic woman. And lo and behold, you don't want me to describe how that person looked. It's an older woman. It's a larger woman. It's an extremely dark-skinned woman. That was just it. I don't want to tell any lies. That was the woman. You understand me? So when people talk about negative stereotype, at times there are truth to it. You understand me? I never said that the negative stereotypes were a lie. At no point in time did I ever say that. I only said that you're pushing negative stereotype at the forefront as if that's the identity or the marquee lineup for Black people. But I digress onto something else. In the call center, they were female within my age group and stuff like that. And they were, I would say, worse because they're more vulgar, they're more aggressive and stuff like that. And they just didn't like me. And they and their male friends, even the guys that I was working with, they were bullied. They would talk about my hair. You can't wear your hair how you want to wear it. You can't wear your clothes how you want to wear it. It's almost like you're in a competition to see. And I just didn't cater for that. I just went there because I wanted a job. And they were badgering, and it was just so problematic for me. Like, people would come up to you and be saying these things to you, and you're in a working environment. And I realized also that when I'm sitting with fellow co-workers, they will discuss, we're all there and they're talking to each other. They're not talking to me. And then someone would come up to the group and they're addressing the group and they don't talk to me. And I always wonder, like, what's the issue? And I realize that these women suffer from deep insecurities. You understand? Like I said, when they get to know me and everything was cool, they started speaking the truth. You see, God revealed things to you, They had no choice than to speak the truth. I never asked, but I guess they were caught up in their own self-guilt. And so they had no chance than to say, oh, when I met you, I didn't really like you because I just thought you were too nuff and you were uppity or you behave obnoxious like you're better than me. And so, when did I do that? When? At no point. First of all, I never spoke to these women than say good morning when I come in the class or come in the group or come into the working environment, because, you're going to training and stuff. That's why I mentioned class. I only said good morning and that's it. You understand me? There wasn't any topic that warrant us to have a group conversation. They just discussed among themselves about whatever, and I was always excluded. And they were mean. They started to go in on my clothes and all these kind of things. I guess maybe because I didn't have money to buy expensive clothes or trending clothes or clothes that were hot at the time. I don't know. That could be the case. But when you are your own individual working in a call center, it can be a very harsh environment for you. When you're an attractive female, it doesn't always work out for your advantage. Work in the working environment. When you are a very attractive female who exudes self-esteem, high self-esteem and stuff like that, people are uncomfortable who have low self-esteem. People will make life difficult for you at work because you love yourself, because you cater for yourself and stuff like that. You understand me? So even though I was wearing trendy, it's like they found an edge. They found an itch that they could go at and say, oh, she doesn't look like this, or she doesn't dress like that, or she doesn't this, that, and the third. When they saw me on the street, it was something else. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that when you're an attractive female, people tend to badger you. It doesn't always. So guys will come and say, oh yeah, you have it nice because you look good and you look. No, Here, even on my very YouTube channel, I see people come out. I was even uncomfortable this morning because I woke up to some comments that some people posted that they're not going to, so in other videos, and I saw the notification and people were saying that they're not going to subscribe, or I'm not watching your channel, or they're not going to subscribe to it. And it made me very uncomfortable because at the end of the day, if you're not interested in watching something, then you really don't have to. You understand? I'm not forcing you to. I don't come here and telling people to like, comment, share, subscribe like I used to initially when I started out doing my YouTube channel. I just came out and I just started, and I was just going with the rhetoric of what people keep saying. But no, I realize that people definitely aren't interested in watching or seeing my content. And so I just leave it at that. When I feel like speaking on something, I speak on it. When I don't, then I shut the hell up, or I find something convenient to do, which I always have something doing. You understand? And that's about it. That's how, it basically break down. So I'm saying that as a female who is attractive, it doesn't always work out for you. There are times when the devil sips in and it just brings forth a lot of negative, nasty energy. People who are low vibration people with low self-esteem. Like when I was in the call center, those females have very, very low self-esteem. There's a reason they're extremely aggressive for no reason, loud for no reason. They for no reason, and it's just to have a one up on other females. It's just to have a one up each time. And they come and they talk about their personal business, man issues, and nobody wants to know that because it doesn't concern people, but they're saying things in a way to provoke others, you understand me, so others can feel insecure about themselves. And when it's not working, then they start to go in on you directly and start attacking you. So when you're a female with high self-esteem, self-concept, great self-concept, and you love yourself, you respect yourself, and you are a very pretty girl, it doesn't always work out for your advantage. Those are my two experiences, one from the call center, one from the insurance company. And I'm sure there are other females out there who have that same experience, while being an attractive female working in an environment. I also remember, I don't want to bring all this stuff, but I also remember when I was working in the hotel as a hotel concierge. I remember there were guests who come there and they were like, "Do they hire you girls based on your beauty, or what? Because you girls are really pretty and stuff like that." And we said, "No, you actually have to have qualifications to get in the department," and stuff. And our manager was there, and they simply didn't like the manager. No guest liked the manager. She has always been mean mugging. She always have a grimace. She just always have a look on her face. And that was just her personality also. It went with her personality. You understand me? So that was probably one of the environment wherein it worked out. Being a pretty girl or being attractive and confident in yourself can work out for your advantage. You understand me? But otherwise from that, you going into the call center, you're in for a rude awakening. You're in for something, because those type of people who work over there can be very, very, very what should I say, intimidating. They can make your working environment extremely difficult for you. I wish that it wasn't like that, and that's one of the reasons why I was so hesitant in going back into a job per se, or the call center, because I know based on my experience what it was like, and it wasn't good for me. It wasn't healthy. It has such terrible memory. First of all, the pay wasn't good. I wasn't able to maintain a sustainable income. I'm sorry, it wasn't a sustain. I'm sorry, because it wasn't a sustainable income for me. I wasn't able to do much with it. Barely go to the supermarket and pay my bills. It was no good. And so until to this day, I was very hesitant of call center, and I never liked it because my experience over the years was so terrible. It wasn't good. You understand me? Interacting with people were no good. You understand me? These women over there are something else. And that's the reason you find medics saying that it must be some call center, because they are the type of persons with that personality to go in on people and attack people for no goddamn reason. So I can understand why she said it must have been some call center workers who were saying the nasty comments about her when she turned on live. You understand me? I mean, can I blame her? I don't think so, because based on my personal experience, these females are very nasty. You understand me? They're very nasty in personality, and So that was my experience basically. And I know there are other females out there who go through it. When you're an attractive girl and you're just doing your thing and living your life, it can be problematic for you. People will go out their way. They will go out their way to see how much they can make your life uncomfortable and just be a terrible individual to you. They lack self-esteem, they are morally bankrupt, they have nothing going for them. Mean they don't even know what it's like to be loved and to be cared for, and so they project all their insecurities on you to make you feel. And then they have these guys who can't get with you, so they will join hands with them also to bully you, to attack you, to go in on you, to make your working environment uncomfortable, simple because you are a baddie. You are a baddie. Simply because you love yourself and you have high self esteem and you cater for your self worth and your self growth. You understand me? People make life a living hell for you. That's all I have to say on it. And thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day and may God bless you. Till I see you again on the Devil Advocate channel. Bye bye.